In Harris's honor, OT, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm not as good as she had to go. Harris had to go, so we're here.
Bill Hammer had to go. It's ladies on the couch right now.
Meghan McCain and Ebony.
Look at us wearing red, white, and blue.
Yeah. All right, let's rock this out. I better log on.
Patriotic.
Log on to Facebook.com, and we'll also be watching Outnumbered Overtime on the web. So thank you for joining us and weigh in on this show. What a historic day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
And Meghan, last night, take me through it. You're at home. Where are you? Where are you watching the election?
I was doing my radio show until 9, and I had a bunch of people texting me saying it was over and Hillary was going to win. And I said, not so fast. There's still numbers coming in from Florida that don't look good for her. And I was texting a lot of friends telling them, I said, I told you so, Patch, the who's leaving right now, who does the stage managing. Yeah. I've been saying Trump's going to win for a long time, right, Patch? And I feel so validated. I really feel I really feel validated. So many people kept telling me, and sending me that a bunch of polls in Vegas and places were saying, oh, she's going to win, and 538 had her way up, and they were wrong.
That's such a cool shot. People are weighing in. Ebony, I'm going to let you go. Megan and Ebony, I love you both. They're clearly watching you and your red and blue in that shot. That shot there.
So in my "I told you so" moment last year, last summer, summer 2015, I made a bet with a good friend of mine, a lawyer. I said, "Look, dude, I'll take you out for like a $300 steak dinner on Trump winning." He was totally in the tank for Hillary. I said, "This is why Trump is uniquely positioned as a Republican to change the way this map looks." Now, I will say, as over the course of the election, I thought for sure some of Trump's kind of self-implosions would cost him, right? The Access Hollywood tape, some other things he said on the stump. But I always saw this opportunity, this kind of Pennsylvania specifically. Yeah. I said that specifically. Yep. I said that on Varney and Co. I said it. You said
it on here.
And here, right? Anyone naive to the ability, the potential for those states to go populist, because it's not about red or blue for a lot of those communities. It's about what makes their day-to-day feel better, more accessible, more prosperity, and that was Donald Trump for those people. So, look, I was, I'm not an over-believer in polls either, Meg. We talked about that. But I was like, if everyone's saying this, maybe there's some truth to it. But I was not stunned like a lot of people were, because there was always the opportunity for this. And America really wrote Donald Trump a blank check of sorts around, if you stick to these points in your message, we will give you plenty of latitude.
And so social media has been such a big part of this election. What do you make this morning as you woke up and looked at the reaction on the web? What did you make?
Hollywood celebrities going crazy is my everything. My everything. I love nothing more than everybody in Hollywood having a meltdown. You two both know how much I hate LA and people in Hollywood. And, Seth MacFarlane in particular was tweeting, something along the lines of, we have to be better with our rhetoric. I remember when Seth MacFarlane called my father Hitler. So you want to talk about the rhetoric people use and famous people use? You're just as culpable as everybody else. So that's been my interesting. It's been interesting to see people have meltdowns on Twitter.
I'll say that about the celebs, Sandra. So many people were thinking that Jay-Z and Beyonce being on the stump for her, Katy Perry, all these kind of, pop superstars were going to bring it home millennial-wise, and again with the, black and brown and more diverse voters. People didn't buy it. People will go to a Jay-Z or Beyonce concert. That's not translating to support for Hillary Clinton. That otherness, that disconnect is ever present, and I don't think our campaign ever got that.
So Phyllis Coviello is weighing in on Facebook saying this was a silent revolution. Read the Declaration of Independence loosely, quote, when a government is too oppressive, the people have the right and responsibility to remove it. We did with our votes. Go back and look at the electoral map.
Yep.
Not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
Not wrong. I think there was just a grave underestimation of the anger in this country and the frustration and the deep desire for change. I think Democrats, I know you're an independent, Ebony, but I think for Democrats, I never got Hillary. I never understood why Joe Biden didn't run. And I think if this doesn't put political dynasties, he would have won.
That's why he didn't run, Megan. And I've said that since before this thing started. This was a slap in the face of real Democrats and real progressives. This woman was propped up and forced down the throats of those people on the left, many who did not want her. And this is what you get. You think that you're going to now, and here's another thing, Bernie Sanders, bless his heart, I think, miscalculated his ability to deliver those voters back to Hillary Clinton in the general. Guess what, Bernie? They weren't yours to begin with. They were people that were rejecting Hillary Clinton at every level, and there was nothing Bernie or anybody else could say to change that.
Can you imagine being Gary Johnson or Bill Weld or Jill Stein today, just knowing how many liberals are going to be out for blood with them
today? That's not fair to them. I disagree with that. I wrote in a candidate, and I don't want to hear anybody telling me it's my fault, nothing, because you know what? Blame your candidate. Blame Hillary Clinton. She had the ability. She had so much more money. She had more ground game. She had more of everything, and she still couldn't deliver.
Wow.
I wrote in too.
So sometimes I disappear reading all these comments because we are hitting records on especially on our online chat.
Awesome.
So thank you for weighing in. They loved the show today.
Oh, good.
And a lot of people are talking about some of the interaction last night across the networks. Of course, a lot of us had the opportunity to channel flip, see what was going on. Very different analysis and reaction during election night. If you were watching different cable networks.
I was flipping through. You know, it's just, again, I mean, there's so many people I know in the media. They are, you know, people I would consider friends that are very leftist, that to say they were shocked, I mean, this is the shock of their life. And again, I feel like if you're talking to real Americans, if you want to be a, quote, unbiased journalist, you can't just talk to people that hate Donald Trump and that hate Republicans and call them Nazis. And it's going to be a fascinating analysis of what went wrong in journalism as well.
And jump to this knee-jerk, right, around who a Donald Trump supporter is and why they're supporting him. I think that didn't serve anybody on the left or in mainstream media either. And I think that was very, very not only unfair to his supporters, which I think, you know, represent different rationales, but also stupid, just plain stupid. It did nothing for their ability to be successful strategically.
I'm still laughing about the celebrities. It seems to be the hottest topic on Twitter as I check again.
Lady Gaga freaking out.
Oh gosh,
I mean, a lot of people.
Lame.
Well, it's I mean, I think there's an idea that celebrities can dictate. I mean, there was a video that was put out by the woman who does My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. It was like a song medley about why Donald Trump is the devil and why you should vote for him. Name one person that moved their vote. I want to know one person who's like, I was going to vote for Trump, but I saw this video, this song medley.
But really seriously, when we talk about whether or not this is going to be the come together moment, or whether we're going to continue to see this divisiveness, the number one hashtag on Twitter at this moment is hashtag not my president. Number 3 is hashtag still with her. I mean, what does that tell you? It's just a few hours after Donald Trump was elected.
So again, and we talked about this on the show, and I know I probably sound like I was kind of beating a drum on it, but it was because it's important that if you are friends with a lot of people that supported her, the reaction this morning is one of mourning. These are people that are in cultural mourning, and they feel that this Trump's candidacy and his election, rather, is a direct slap in the face to that. And I think it's, I had some people tweeting me during the show that really appreciated the conversation we had on the couch today, because we really added some layers to that kind of this or that argument that I don't think is fair of the electorate. And I think that, a lot of people need to understand that this is not just about rejecting your way of life or who you are. This is really about Americans being done with Washington.
Go ahead, Megan. Well, before we go, I was just going to ask you, what was the moment last night that you were able to, in your head, call the race before even Fox News could? What state did he win? What was it? Right away.
It's indicative of other demographics, and Wisconsin. I mean, it's indicative that he did what he said he would do. He brought over Rust Belts, white non-college educated men across the country, and it used to be a demographic the Democrats had in the bag that President Obama lost for them by a lot.
Amazing. Final words from you, Ms. Ebony.
Yeah, for me, North Carolina, that's my home state. I'm proud of it. And look at North Carolina. It showed out for Trump, but Democrat governor. So it goes to show you, this was not, I really want to reiterate this. I don't think this was as red and blue as everyone kind of can see it. This was Trump sending a very special and specific message, and it resonated.
An amazing night.
Totally agree.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody for logging on to Facebook at Outnumbered Overtime. Great show. Thanks for having you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow at noon Eastern.